In 2007, Team MTN-Qhubeka, powered by Samsung, was formed with a mission to be the first African team at the Tour de France. And since its inception, MTN has made rapid progression towards doing just that. They gained a continental license after their first season, before upgrading to pro-continental level 2 years ago. This January, the MTN dream was finally realised when they received a wildcard entry to the Tour.
The Tour de France is it's the biggest annual sporting event, and it's, for us and across South Africa and across Africa, when people talk about cycling, they talk about the Tour de France. It's as if there is no other race. They don't understand that as a team we race 200 race days to prepare and to be ready and to get strong enough to be able to compete in a grand tour like the Tour de France. So, back home when we, and our riders, when they say, I'm a professional cyclist, they say, well, have you done the Tour de France? And you say, well, no. Then, well, are you a professional cyclist then? Because it kind of has that perception for most people across the African continent.
African riders and successes at the Tour have raised the sport's profile on that continent. And MTN-Qhubeka's plan is to build that early interest into homegrown talent.
The Tour de France we've seen with Daryl Impey, with his performance and what it did for the interest from South Africa and across Africa, and even Chris Froome. So having a team like ours with a uniquely different story and riders from all over the African continent, we know that it'll just raise the profile and it'll kick the door open for African cyclists into the future. So we have massive hope around getting more people onto bicycles and showing what's possible. And I really believe that if we can get to this, this African story and this African champion, that it'll bring so many more riders and so many more people on bicycles underneath us.
MTN-Qhubeka's status is not the only thing to have strengthened. Big rider signings from World Tour teams in the winter have ensured they go into their dream race fielding a competitive outfit.
The fact that we have so many international riders on our team that have done the Tour de France and done Grand Tours before and won stages in them will really lift the level of the South African and African, I guess, the group within the team, because they can learn so much from them. It can take them to a higher level, confidence-wise, and also help them prepare. And if we start winning a few races in the beginning of the year, all of a sudden, winning breeds winning, and the riders will feel that confidence. They'll walk an inch taller, and then they'll really prepare well and be really confident when they get to the Tour de France, which will be massive, because those guys will give them that understanding that, look, it is possible, we've done it.
Entry to the Tour de France means one stage of the team's mission has been accomplished. Now comes the hard part, going head-to-head with the sport's biggest players in the toughest race. So how do the wildcards fancy their chances?
In terms of the international rider group we brought on, the first week to 10 days is amazing. It's it'll really suit us. It's kind of like it was planned before we knew that we've got some really good riders. So Boasson Hagen and Tyler Farrar, Matthew Goss, those kind of riders will really enjoy the first week to 10 days of the tour. And then we also, if you look into the middle stages and especially into the last week, the shorter, very hilly days, there's one stage obviously up Alpe d'Huez that I know Marawi Kudus has always said, the little Eritrean rider, that that's his dream is to win on Alpe d'Huez, and he's such a young guy, and it's already a big focus for him. So that'll be, if he makes the team, that'll be something that'll be really interesting for him, and Louis Mankies as well. Our African riders will really shine in those stages, and they just need to get through the first week to 10 days.
The relationship between telecommunications sponsor MTN and bike charity Qhubeka is unique. The team provides a platform for Qhubeka, part of World Bicycle Relief's programme, to improve the lives of millions through sustainable transportation.
I mean, the Tour de France will open the door for African cycling, and I think we are uniquely different as a team. 60% of our riders are from the African continent. We have incredible talent. We have a fantastic third dimension to our team, with being the Qhubeka Foundation, racing to put kids on bicycles. And there's 370 million French people in the African continent, and that we could bring all those people to the tour, and we could bring a whole continent behind us, because we are uniquely different. We're not a team from a country. We're a team from a continent that has 1 billion people in it, and so I think we could bring a huge amount of those people to the Tour de France and to cycling. And I think the international audience that we have also really wants to see what's possible with this team, and to see if Team MTN-Qhubeka can transform cycling into the future.